Hey, he's going to drop it. He's going to drop it.
Hey, listen. Hey, guys, man, it's a great homecoming game. Everybody got in. Everybody got a lot of touches. Everybody got a lot of reps, man. I'm happy and proud for everybody. And that's, hey, we needed one like that in the last couple of weeks, man. Some tough ones. Okay, now understand this. You back in the grind next week on the road at Strasburg. It's going to be a big one. Hey, a ton of PowerPoints coming to the playoff time. We'll be riding on that game. We've got to have a great week of prep, all right, and get ready to play football on the road. Tough place to play, all right? Field's going to be a little bit wet because it's down by the river. We got to be ready to go. Sure. That means in school all week, do our work, film, lift, all the things we need to do to be successful.
Hey, great game, guys.
Hey, last I got too, man. With it being homecoming, do not have a great time, first of all. All right, you deserve it. Have a great time. Going to the dance tomorrow. Shake a leg for me. All right, have a good time with it, but do not. It's stinky. So, make sure we are smart and use our heads. Understand that all week. Yes, sir. All right, we good for sure?
No, I'm good.
Hey, man, break this thing down, guys. Eagles on 3. 1, 2, 3, Eagles! Let's go ring that bell!
It's Moe Murphy from Clarke County Sports. We're here with Tanner Sipe after the big win tonight on homecoming. Tanner, you got one of the scores and spread it quite around a bit. Can you just talk a little bit about the game?
Yeah, it was homecoming game. It's really fun. Everybody got to touch the ball. Everybody got to play. A bunch of people got to score. It was a really good game for the team.
And I know you guys had to be all business this week after last week. What was the attitude like during practice this week?
It was definitely like exciting, very exciting because homecoming week. But we wanted to forget about the loss, but also use it as motivation to obviously blow out them this week. And then we got Strasburg next week. Right. We got to keep using that motivation.
That's going to be a tough one. Yeah, you got to give credit to your line tonight. Everybody was able to get big yards.
Yeah, definitely. I think the line dominated, obviously, the whole game. I know my 2 runs, I don't even think I got touched, so they did a great job.
That's got to feel good. So how do you feel about Strasburg? That's always a tough game.
Yeah, it's definitely our rival, I'd say. Like Coach said, a lot of PowerPoints for the playoffs. It'll be a big game, one of our biggest of the year, but I think if we do what we do, we'll be able to come out with the win.
All right, well, you heard that from Tanner Sipe. He was one of many to score tonight in this big 54-0 win. We'll be going to Strasburg next week. It's Moe Murphy for Clarke County Sports. We're here with Carson Rutherford after the big win tonight. Carson, you actually started things off with the first score. Can you just talk a little bit first about the game and then a little bit about how it feels to get back out there running the ball?
I think it was a good homecoming game, man. You know, it's what we kind of expected, you know, but everybody got to play. We got a lot of scores from all of our backs, you know. It was just a good night for everybody.
And how's it feel? I know you want to play the whole game, but it's got to feel good to see all your buddies get a lot of playing time.
Yeah, it's great. I love watching the younger kids go in, get some time, give them coaching points when I need to, and then they did pretty good tonight.
And, of course, the big rival next week, and always a tough game down at Strasburg. How do you feel about that one?
I think it's going to be definitely a tough game, because they're a good football team, just like last year, I think we got to come back after the beating we got from them last year and give it to them,
All right. Well, you heard that from Carson Rutherford. He scored tonight and is back at full strength as we head down to Strasburg next week. It's Moe Murphy for Clarke County Sports.
Yep. Thank you, Mo.
We're here with Wyatt Palmer. He was another one to get in tonight. And in this big win, Wyatt, can you just talk a little bit about tonight's game?
Yeah, we came in here, off the loss last week, we knew we had to focus. And coming off a disappointing loss, we kept our heads up, just did what we had to do, and we got the job done. So.
And like I was just saying, I know you want to be out there playing all the time, but it's got to feel good to see all your teammates out there having fun.
It's great to see the people that are backing us up get in, because it really just shows like we're not just a one-dimensional team. We have depth, so it's great to get all of them out there.
And that was quite a run on that when you almost scored on that punt. Did you think you were going to make it?
Yeah, I thought I'd made it, but they said I stepped out when I dove for it, so can't really do much about it. Got the touchdown next play, so.
Yeah. So the big game next week against your biggest rival, Strasburg. Talk a little bit about how you feel about going down there.
Yeah, we still got that bad taste in our mouth from last year. I'm just going to get it out, plain and simple. Yeah, we won't lose.
All right, well, you heard that from Wyatt Palmer. He was one of the first ones to score tonight in this big blowout, and we'll be heading to Strasburg next week. It's Moe Murphy for Clarke County Sports.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Doug. Good job, buddy.
We're here with Moses Day. He had a touchdown tonight, one of many, and almost shook it loose on that play before. Can you just talk a little bit about the game tonight?
Yeah, it was a really great atmosphere for homecoming. I'm glad everyone came out. Everyone got touches. It was a good night. Yeah, it was fun.
And I know it's got to be hard to, after you get up by such a lead, to keep your composure. What do you guys do out there to make sure you don't, fall asleep?
We just stay, they call it locked in the whole game. We prepare for anything, so that's pretty much what we do. Stay locked in. Yeah.
And big game next week at Strasburg down at Proctor Field. How do you feel about that one?
I feel good. I know I wasn't here last year for the last year's game, but I know they're all wanting a different result, so I expect that. We all expect it. Yeah.
All right. Well, you heard that from Moses Day as he went in once tonight in this big win for the Eagles. And we'll be heading down to Proctor Field next week to face the Strasburg Rams. It's Moe Murphy for Clarke County Sports. Thanks, Mo. Good job, Mo. We're here with the Eagles head coach Casey Childs after the big 54-0 win over Page on homecoming. Got to feel good to bounce back after last week, Coach. Just talk a little bit about tonight.
Yeah, obviously homecoming's a big tradition here at Clarke, and just like everywhere else in high school football across the nation. But our fan base and our kids were awesome. It was a great week. Everybody was festive. Great pep rally today. So it's always good to close off the homecoming week with a win, and being able to do it the way we did with getting every kid in the game with a lot of playing time. And so it's exciting when all those kids can get in the game like that.
Yeah, I mentioned that to all the guys that I talked to, and they're all very glad all the buddies got to get in. So next week is a battle for sure. I still remember them chanting, "You're not ringing the bell" last year.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you think about next week at Strasburg?
This is going to be a test for sure. They're good. They're big up front. They're good athletes. They got a lot of guys back from last year, and so do we. And we didn't play very well here last year, no doubt about that. We didn't play our best game, and we didn't coach our best game as coaches. So going in saying that, it's always a big one with Strasburg. Anytime we get matched up with any of the Shenandoah County schools, it's always big games, and it's been that way since I played and before even before I played in the late 80s, early 90s. So it's a big one. It's a road game, and it's obviously going to have a lot of power points involved in it. But it's one of those things where it doesn't make or break your season until the playoffs. That's when they really matter. But ultimately, we want to win this game and put ourselves in a better spot for sure.
And it's got to feel good to see Carson get back into full strength. Got that first touchdown, and you guys were able to work him in between last week and this week. He should be ready for full action on Friday.
Yeah, I really fought the urge last week against Central, and that's my fault. I just didn't want to have a setback, and then he missed more time because he's so integral to what we're trying to do from that wing position. So he's a great player. He knows how to run that wing. He's really good at getting in there on those counters and sweeps and everything, and blocks really well. So good player. Obviously, it was really exciting to see him back. I know he worked his tail off to get himself back, because I know when he was first injured, we were thinking probably the worst, and we got a little bit of good news. And then obviously he kind of, being a young kid, you bounce back relatively quick. So I'm happy for him being able to play again, and obviously happy for our team and our program having Carson back.
All right, we heard that from the Eagles head coach Casey Childs as they moved to 6-1 tonight with another Bull Run District win. We'll head to Strasburg next week for the ClarkeCountySports.com game of the week. This is Moe Murphy.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all very much.
All right.
Appreciate it. Fun game, Coach. Yep, thank you.
Your final score, the Clarke County Eagles 54, Page County Panthers 0. This was all Eagles from the start. As I mentioned at the start of the game, these guys had a lot of aggression built up from the loss last week, and they wanted to get that taste out of their mouth, and they did. Now they'll head to Strasburg. It's always a tough battle. Last year, Strasburg came up here to the Felt and took the Eagles down, and I can still remember them chanting, "You're not ringing the bell, you're not ringing the bell," and that's got to leave a bad taste in some people's mouths. So we'll be down there next week to cover it. For my broadcast partner, Doug Aylestock, and my assistant photographer, James Murphy, for the ClarkeCountySports.com game of the week, this is Moe Murphy saying goodnight.